every year I feel like it gets better and better. I feel like it's important because it brings like not only people of color together, but people of all races to better show them about the different black issues that are going on, not only at the time, but in the past, and things that people don't necessarily want to talk about.
The workshops in the beginning. And I believe that to be so because you get to learn so many things from a different perspectives of different people.
It's one thing to receive this information and not do anything with that in the community, but something that our community needs is for us to make action, for us to produce that positive action that our community needs. And I believe that the information that we learn from the different breakout sessions in terms of building community, in terms of building up our black women leaders and black leaders in general, that information that we can take out in the community is things that can change the world, and that's what we need.
But what happened is we say, I want to change you. Don't change me. You want somebody to change you? If you want to get me to think differently, to where now I'm inspired to make some changes that could be impactful in a positive manner, that's a good thing. But why do you think you need to change me? Why do we think we need to change someone? Because everybody has an experience for a reason. Everybody can't be born in a two-parent home. Everybody can't be born in great conditions. Because if we did, what society would we have? That's not creating an eclectic culture. That's not creating a true diverse culture.
He's walking around with a hood on his head. These effing coons, is what George Zimmerman said, these effing coons always get away with it. Because he's not walking around with a flashlight and a orange vest, you got to follow him and hunt him down and kill him. That gives you that right.
And what it meant is that when we had slaves, there was no part of the pig, there was no part of the cow that ever goes to waste. Ever. Because in some region of the United States, Lord have mercy, especially in the southern United States, we eat the tongue, we eat the neck. Oh, don't act like nobody in here don't know about neck bones. Pigtails, the foot, the ear, chitlins, hog maws, the jowl. Oh, come on, if anybody barbecue, you know that the jowl is prized meat. Pigtail, the side, the ribs, the bacon. I mean, like, there's literally no part of the pig that we do not eat, and that's the slaves being thrifty. Slaves are often not fed very well, so they make the best out of the meager portions, the things that the masters would throw away.
On the left, you have this advertisement, destroy the bad fruit. Then right beside it, how similar do they look? They are the same picture. And he falls for it. He didn't even know it exactly. Because we don't know. We know what they want us to know, right? Be careful of what you call entertainment. Jim Crow. Everybody knows what Jim Crow is. Just one second. Everybody knows what Jim Crow is, right? Separate but separate. White color, right? It started as entertainment.
Like people say, oh, don't say the N-word. I grew up saying the N-word. So I got a different experience with it. People are like, oh, you, that's what I used to say all the time. So it's just a different culture. Race is something that was constructed to separate and segregate and create one race and make it more superior and make another one inferior. White is superior, black is inferior. So if they can create a narrative to make us think like that, then you got to ask yourself why. Why do you buy into everything that has been taught and sold in this world if it's coming from this perspective? So you got to really ask these questions. And I think when we have these discussions, we got to ask ourselves why. Why are we really thinking the way we're thinking? Why are we acting the way we're acting? And what is it really about? Is it about chasing the money, or is it about really getting the education and the wisdom? And I think we got to wake people up to what's the real hidden agenda and what's truly important in our society.
I was just telling them that Bruce Lee said that some goals were never meant for you to accomplish. They were just meant to be a guiding light for you to go down the road that you're supposed to go down. I never wanted to be a producer. I never wanted to be an actor. I never thought that I was going to be an activist. Even though I was SGA president at my school, it was because the time called for that. But this is the one thing that I didn't do in my career that I hope you guys do. We especially, if any of you all are is as focused as I happen to be, one of the reasons why I'm so successful is because I am so focused, but that's also one of the things that have cursed my life, because I've been all over the world. I went to the Obama's first inauguration with Jay-Z, with Puffy, and Beyonce, and Solange's son at the time. I don't remember none of that stuff because I was so focused on accomplishing the goal that I wanted when I didn't realize, and if y'all watch karate movies, they say this shit all the time, you may think it's corny. It really is about the journey. I'll give you a quick example. We're all looking for someone to help us, but y'all are in the incubator of all of the great leaders right now. Like if you want to open up a business, you got somebody on this campus who majors in economics. If you want to shoot something, you got some people with cameras right here. Writers, you got people in the English department. You got people in the law. You got all of these different people. And in most cases, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's part of the meaning of the God box. Is that all of us are looking for saviors and looking for God and looking for answers everywhere but within. All the answers that y'all have for business are right here on this fucking campus. They're standing right here next to you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So in most cases, the things that you need are right here. Or right here standing around you.
When I decided to attend the Black Issues Conference, I'll be honest with you, I was going to interview David Banner. That was my sole purpose. That's why I was there. I never went to the Black Issues Conference while I was a student at the University of Tennessee. And this is my first year post-undergrad. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this interview, get in, take care of the business, give them a great video package, and be done. But if I would have told you that I would have went and been a part of some of these conferences where you hear people talk about what we're putting into our bodies, how it's a slave mentality, about some of the things that exist within LeBron James and advertisements, trying to compare him to the big bad wolf, and a multitude of so many topics from representatives of Knoxville, from all over the country, everywhere. And David Banner was just like the cake, the icing on the cake. I didn't know I was going to get all of that. It was a very insightful event. And if this video, and I hope it lives forever, if it'll help somebody out, want to understand what's going on. Like, I never broke down the words Black Issues Conference. We talking about the things that matter in our community, and it's more prevalent now than ever. So if you ain't informed enough, if you don't feel as though it matters to you to get informed, to get in your communities and figure out just what exactly is going on and where does all this stuff stem from, you're only doing yourself a disservice. That's why this thing is dope. I'll be back in the future, hopefully in an even bigger role, working with the UT and the organizations on campus. But if this video can last forever, hopefully it does a lot of views on the last day of Black History Month. If you guys can see this video and realize that in your city there's somebody doing a Black Issues Conference, not just at the University of Tennessee, but everywhere, and you can make a difference if you just really put the time in, put the effort in, into attending conferences like this and knowing where you come from, what your people had to fight for. And I know it'll do nothing but help our community as we try to strive together and figure out some of these problems like murders and all that. As we got to come together, as we try to come together as one, the Black Issues Conference, shout out to the University of Tennessee, it's a great starter for you if you're trying to really find out about your heritage.
Oh, one day when the war is won, we will be sure